Okay, a lot of TVs cost lesser than other TVs for the same screen size. They often do so by compromising on picture quality or sound quality or features or just the overall experience. This right here, the Thomson 55-inch 4K TV from their OathPro Max series, it comes for about 37,000 rupees. How does it deliver a 55-inch TV with Android 10 at just 37,000 rupees? Are there compromises that they make? And if those compromises are there, how much of an effect does it really have on your daily viewing experience? Let's find out. Design-wise, it actually looks really good. It's got this rose gold bezel which gives it a slightly classy look. The TV is quite sleek, and if you look at it head-on, it clearly feels like it has a very thin, slim profile. And it looks good in both setups, whether it's mounted on the wall or it's kept on the table. And the table mounts are matching rose gold colored, so they go quite well with the bottom bezel. But as good as it looks from the front, the back is all plastic, and of course this does make the TV lightweight to move around, but at the same time it doesn't feel as premium. But hey, it's the back of the TV, and once you mount it, you don't really have to face that plastic back panel. So as long as it helps to keep the price of the TV down, it's practically not an issue. And the TV has a decent height with the table stands, so if you do plan on placing a soundbar right in the front, it really won't obstruct the view. In terms of connectivity and ports, you've got all standard inputs that you'd require, including 3 HDMI ports with one of them supporting ARC mode, 2 USB ports, 1 headphone jack, 1 optical port, and a LAN port as well. Alright, now let's talk about the software and the UX. Now, this TV is not in the very pricey TV zone, but despite not being too pricey, the UX is pretty solid because it's Android 10. So as long as you have faith in Google, you've got nothing to worry about the UX, the UI, and the navigation on this TV because it's wholly the responsibility of Google, and I'm sure they're doing everything they can to ensure that you get a good experience with Android on any TV, be it Thomson or any other brand. And it also means that you get access to over 6,000 TV-compatible apps that you can install on your TV. And you can go across categories, from entertainment to education to lifestyle, health and fitness. They're all there. Do note this is different from the Google TV experience, which is right now only available in select Sony and TCL TVs. I did check with Thomson on whether this will get the Google TV experience, which is the next thing. And they confirmed saying, yes, we just don't know when. So that's good news. And otherwise, Android 10 is pretty much what you get on all other TVs. Okay, now to navigate on this TV, you get this nice, sleek and small remote here. It has these quick shortcuts to popular streaming platforms, so you can switch between them very easily. The clicks on the remote are quite responsive, so as soon as you tap on it, it quickly registers on the TV, so that's good. Switching between apps is also quite fast on the TV as long as your apps are already open in the background, so they switch very conveniently. And guys, because it's a Google TV, it's also got Google Assistant built right into it. So you can search for content within apps, you can launch apps, you can even ask questions like, what is the weather going to be like today, as you would to a regular Google Assistant. And that way, I don't have to type anything. I could just search using voice, get the search results, and move on. The TV also has Chromecast built in, so you can cast anything from your phone in here by just tapping the cast button on your phone and then selecting the Thomson TV. You obviously have to make sure that your phone and the TV are on the same Wi-Fi network for this to work. That's just the basic rules of using Chromecast. But additionally, there are quite a few apps that are already installed on TV that will help you sync across other devices. Of course, other than this, you've got TV settings, which has more to do with system settings like Wi-Fi, software update, and Google settings. There's also a Discover tab that you can personalize basis things that you really like to watch, and this feed will get populated basis those personalizations that you make. Okay, now let's talk about the display and the picture quality. First of all, as I said, it's a 55-inch 4K LED IPS panel with all the specifications as you see here on the screen. Colors, brightness, and overall display looks quite nice when I plugged it in and turned it on. But when it came to skin tones, the display did seem a bit harsh. That's probably because it was set to standard setting, and then I went into picture modes. That's when I saw that there were actually 5 of them: Vivid, Standard, Sports, User, and Cinema. Now, to be very honest, I found Vivid, Standard, and Sport mode to be very cold. I mean, Standard was still better because it was slightly warmer, but yeah, all 3 felt a little too cold in their tone. But then I moved into movie mode or cinema mode, and that felt the most natural. It was obviously on the warmer side, and as compared to Vivid, there's like a huge difference. Vivid is just unnaturally cold, and User is
pretty much anything that you configure for yourself. So if you don't like any of these settings, you could go into More, then go into Picture, and then set up a custom setting altogether, and that would be stored by default as user mode. So you can always switch to that if you don't like any of the preset modes. So for the most part, my recommendation would be to be in movie mode, but if you are connecting your PlayStation or if you're watching a game, probably switch to standard or sports mode.
But something weird happened when my PS4 kicked in the HDR mode. Everything sort of dulled down, like the brightness, the contrast, the saturation was all gone. It became a little dull. And I don't know if that's the problem with my PS4, but when it's connected to my LG NanoCell 65-inch, it works fine. So I don't know if there was a compatibility issue, but yeah, everything sort of just became a little dull. And when I turned the HDR mode off, everything was back to normal. So for gaming mode, while HDR is preferred, but in this case, and maybe it's because of PS4, I would just suggest keep your HDR mode turned off, and I think you'll have a much better gaming experience and viewing while gaming. But the thing about picture quality is that it's not only impacted by the kind of panel that's employed, but also the image processing capabilities. You know, a lot of the expensive TVs and their manufacturers have image processing algorithms, and that are proprietary to them, that really enhances the visual experience. And they do so by using, the processor's capabilities, the AI capabilities, the neural capabilities, and they play with all sort of things, hues and saturation and luminosity, highlights, shadows. Hell, they actually analyze an image real time, identify the subjects, and enhance those before delivering it on the display. So there's a lot of tech that's going on. And all of that put together delivers that really kick-ass visual experience. Now, that's not the kind of stuff that's obviously present in these kind of TVs, and hence that really helps keeps the cost low and delivers an equivalent viewing experience.
And now let's quickly talk about sound. So there are two bottom-firing 40-watt speakers that support Dolby True Surround and Dolby Digital Plus technology. And the sound output is loud and clear enough that you do not necessarily need a soundbar. You can totally do without it as well. But hey, of course, if you want that experience, you can add. Now there are 4 sound modes that you can cycle through, but I'm going to say forget about all of these. If you're not using a soundbar, just go into DTS Studio Sound setting and turn that on. Once you do that, it won't matter what preset, because you won't be able to choose a preset with this on, and the volume just increases so well.
Now, one of the really good things about this TV is that the vocals are super clear. So no matter if you're watching a movie, a TV show, or a video on YouTube, and all these three are pretty much 95% of your viewing experience on your TV, the vocals are just phenomenal. I mean, I can comprehend every dialogue so easily. It's amazing. But none of this matters if you're going to add a soundbar to this thing, right? But if you plan to not add a soundbar, just know that the sound is pretty good. Just turn on the Dolby effects and you're all set. And if you do get the right exchange offer, you can get this for as low as 26,000 rupees, which makes it a killer deal. But really, from a cost point of view, if you want a 55-inch, the Thomson OathPro Max series is really good because it comes for 37,000 rupees, and that price point for a 55-inch TV is a pretty rare thing to have. And I guess that's where this TV really outshines or outperforms other televisions. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, on this TV. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed watching the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon. I'll see you guys in the next one.